Hey gang, it's Seraphim, and look, I'm no stranger to April Fool's Day. Far from it, actually. I mean, I've seen my fair share of pranks as I've played every video game. Whenever it includes slime, whoopee cushions, or even bowls, they always seem to get me intrigued on what will happen next. Heck, I even binge watched a show on Disney XD called Walk the Prank, which has plenty of practical effects and animatronics to make any other prank show tremble in fear. But then, there's the YouTube side of things. And instead of pranks that made me interested, it's just a 1-minute sketch. There's nothing special about it as well. It's just the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. I guess it's just a fun, maybe? But there's plenty of weird stuff that's shown in these videos. And I have seen some really trippy stuff lately. Really trippy stuff. On a side note though, I did actually participate in these last April Fools, where I did a quote on a quote reaction video on Rick Astley's Smash It. It never gonna give you up. God, why? All complete with the stupid title and all the over-top reaction, which almost sounds like the guy from Best Friends, to be honest with you. And to this day, I really don't know why this was a good idea, or heck, why I even uploaded to YouTube in the first place. All I know is that I made severe and continuous lapse in my judgment. But moving that aside, today we're not going to be reacting to a meme. No. Instead, we're going to be reacting to a video based on a meme. The video in question is called Grubhub Lore Exists, and it's weirder than you thought. Okay, seems fine to me. Now, this was uploaded by The Food Theorist, who reacted to it before, and I think the video was about Cheetos or something. Surprisingly enough, though, this doesn't seem to be an April Fool's prank, as it's a legitimate 18-minute episode. And plus, this is Grubhub I'm talking about. The one that made that delivery dance not too long ago. And when I say delivery dance, I really mean delivery dance. As in like the one that it inspired countless people to make memes and rage comments about it. I have my hopes for this one though. So let's just hope Mappa doesn't get too weird in this theory. So, without further ado, let's get to the video. Go!
No. Oh.
Alright, we're starting with the dream sequence and...
No!
Is that deep fried chances?
Oh, thank goodness. It was just a nightmare. Steph, I can't even describe it. There was dancing. There was Grubhub, Steph. It had lore.
It's
Yep,
okay, Matthew.
a
Go back
fierce
to
nightmare.
sleep. It's not real. The Grubhub lore can't hurt you. It can't hurt you.
Oh god, is that the guy from the commercial as well? I think it was.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Film Food Theory? What channel
Yeah, I'm
is this
pretty sure
again?
this is
let me
Food
look at
Theory.
the logo in the corner. Alright, welcome to Food Theory. Sorry about that, friends. I'm still a bit confused about where this Grubhub cinematic universe fits into our channels. You heard that one
could
right,
be Film
theorists.
Theory,
The
then again.
GCU. It is a thing,
Yeah.
and it is a thing that we can no longer ignore. See, over the past year, Grubhub has rolled out a series of commercials that are entirely 3D animated. The internet has lost its collective mind over these things, and not in a good way. The bulk of the internet's wrath has been directed at one particular ad called Delivery Dance. It features a ridiculously dressed dad, ridiculous dancing, ridiculous bites of salad. Actually, that's my favorite part. Can we just go back and pause it?
Yeah,
There it
okay.
is. I mean, come on. What is that face? Forget the bite of 87. The real horror comes from the bite of 2021.
Okay,
Anyway, long story
okay,
short, this
son, jump
Grubhub
scare.
ad has been memed to death by the internet. And thank goodness for that, because it's been great. But the internet didn't stop there. Oh no, friends. The internet took it a step further and discovered that there is actual
Nice.
lore in these Grubhub commercials. Yep, this is my life. Now, a lot of Grubhub
Yep,
hubbub
dearest
has been
lives.
made by the other internet sleuths about the Red World stuff. The strange, sometimes vacuous red space that the characters dancing after they get their Grubhub. Me,
Honestly, I
I'm
like to
less
call it
concerned
avoid.
about that. Personally, that feels like a fair, non-literal filmmaking choice. Same goes for the magical diamonds, cash, and stars that often appear out of thin air in these commercials. I can even forgive the character's apparent lack of elbow and knee joints as an artistic choice, but what keeps this theorist up at night are the characters, because the relationships going on in these 15 and 30-second ad spots are way more complex.
Oh,
and
he
way
has
more
feeling
involved
hat
than they
on.
have any
You know what that
business of
means.
being.
It's
See,
time
at the
for
center
a
of it is this woman
time
who
for a
we'll call
conspiracy
Milkshake Lady.
theory.
Milkshake Lady loves
Also,
ordering
that's a
food from
that's a
Grubhub,
pretty unique
and she
name.
has a photo on her wall with chicken sandwich guy that suggests that
That's
they're
also
in
a pretty unique name as
relationship.
well.
However, there are a few weird things that jump out. For one,
Oh
Milkshake
God,
Lady
wait,
and
what is
chicken
that?
However, there are a few weird things that jump out.
Oh, okay. Where the heck did he get this from? Is this from a meme or something? Oh God, is that supposed to be some sort of popcorn version of the chicken sandwich guy? I think that might be the chicken sandwich guy. And look at that font, man. Okay, I'm gonna continue watching this now.
For one, Milkshake Lady and Chicken Sandwich Guy don't appear to live in the same house. Also, there's no ring on either of their fingers. And then there's the fact that she seems to be pregnant not only in the photo, but also in real life. This means that the photo has to be fairly recent. Does this mean that Milkshake Lady is pregnant with Chicken Sandwich Baby? Well, that seems likely, except for the fact that we see him as a toddler.
Oh my, that is
The
just
only
messed up.
explanation for this is that Milkshake Lady's scenes must be flashbacks to several years prior, before Chicken Sandwich Baby was born. And this could explain why Chicken Sandwich Guy and Milkshake Lady are never seen in the same
Still
room
can't
together.
get over
3
those
years after
weird
the birth of their
names.
child, Milkshake Lady is no longer around.
Oh, and now
Chicken
she's gone.
Sandwich Guy is
That
doing
was
the
not out of
single dad
existence.
thing, but he still misses her terribly. And ordering
Okay, that's a creepy ghost version of the Milkshake Lady.
Yeah, that is some pretty intense world building for a couple of TV commercials. But here's an added wrinkle of complexity. There is a second picture on Milkshake Lady's wall, and it's of a dog that isn't her dog. That's right, the dog's owner, as established across multiple commercials, is this guy, who we're gonna call Taco Guy. And yet, Milkshake Lady clearly
Again,
has a connection to the dog.
really
Do I
creative
sense a
name,
love
Matt Pat.
triangle in the air? Or maybe is it something less
maybe Love
juicy, like
Triforce,
Milkshake Lady
as
was the
depicted by the
dog's
picture
first
there?
owner, and then Taco Guy became the dog's owner years later in the present day. Either way, it sure seems like something happened to Milkshake Lady. She isn't in her baby's life, she isn't in her dog's life, and both men seem to be dealing with trauma. Taco Guy just lies around
that's
his
messed
house all
up.
day, and Chicken Sandwich Guy seems to be using a red place in his mind as a
Oh,
crutch to
oh
make
God,
his life
he's
more
just
bearable.
frozen in
If
place
there's
while
some
his
painful
face
event
just
at the center
while
of
his smile
all
is
this,
just gone.
some reason why Milkshake Lady has disappeared, Grubhub hasn't revealed what it is. Or have they? See, we here at Food Theory, after hours and hours of poring over this source material, believe that we've unearthed something big. Folks, the Grubhub cinematic universe is bigger than you think. Much bigger. I'll admit it, theorists, I started looking into the Grubhub lore as a joke. I did it for the memes, but you know
me
what?
too.
I'm not joking anymore. If Grubhub's bewildering 3D animated ad campaign has left you with questions, well, brace yourself for a whole lot of answers, because the GCU actually exists within another, even larger 3D animated universe, that of the Nickelodeon classic series, Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. You'd think
Hang on. Can I hear you again, please? Can I hear you again?
animated universe, that of the Nickelodeon classic series, Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. You'd think
Okay. Okay. Okay, but to be serious, why Grubhub and Jimmy Neutron? I mean, sure, they're both meme overlords with Jimmy's dad getting memed a lot of times. But again, though, why this one? Why this one in particular? This is it's disconnected, you know. Oh, and look, there are some hashtags of Grubhub, Jimmy Neutron, and April. And look at the title: Food Theory. Grubhub is Jimmy Neutron. Okay, continuing this conspiracy theory about Grubhub and Jimmy Neutron.
think that this is just an April Fool's prank, right? But you know, I don't
Alright.
think it is. Now, obviously, a lot of attention's been paid to the delivery dance ad starring Chicken Sandwich Guy, but I'd like to begin with one of the lesser-known ads starring Taco Guy. When I first saw this ad, I said to myself, Taco Guy looks kind of like Jimmy Neutron all grown up. After all, it's not every day that you see a
haven't they
3D
thought that?
animated dude with dazzling blue eyes and cartoonishly tall brown hair. Plus, Taco Guy is about the age that Jimmy Neutron would be in the present day, 2 decades after the show graced Nickelodeon's airwaves. But again, this was just a
Seems
passing
about right.
random thought I
bit
had.
far-fetched,
There
but
certainly
still.
wasn't enough to actually base an entire theory episode around. But then, moments later in that same commercial, bam, I encountered this. Do you see it? Zoom in, enhance. Friends, check out those shirts. If it seems familiar, well, that's because it's Jimmy Neutron's shirt. Red t-shirt, atom on the chest, 3 electron orbitals. And that struck me
but wait,
as more
isn't
than a lot,
the
because while
Neutron
atom shirt makes sense on a
yellow?
boy genius whose name is
And then-
literally Neutron,
and then the,
why are
shirt,
these
it's
guys
white.
wearing the shirt? Grubhub has nothing to do with atoms. Someone made the very intentional choice to introduce these shirts. Shirts that are, at a minimum, an homage to Jimmy Neutron in a Grubhub ad that features a character that looks a heck of a lot like a 30-something-year-old version of Jimmy Neutron. But why? Why? Well, I'm thinking that Taco Guy deserves himself a second look. So it's important to note that Taco Guy actually appears in different commercials. In this first one we've been discussing, he appears on screen for just 5 seconds, playing video games and eating tacos that appear out of thin air as if by magic. But Taco Guy also stars in his own 15-second commercial. And it's
Wait, the
this
poster
second
just
spot that
changed?
gives us a much better sense of who this guy is as a person, his lifestyle, his interests, and perhaps most importantly, his high-tech, borderline magical cell phone that provides him with tacos instantly at the push of a button. And these tacos can't be overlooked like the decorative diamonds and cash that we talked about earlier.
I don't know
Taco
how
Guy
that works.
interacts with the tacos. He actually eats them. They are real tacos. Now, keep in mind, this food appearing out of thin air technology is not pervasive in the Grubhub cinematic universe. Delivery Guy is actually a recurring character across multiple spots, which proves that many people in this world still get their Grubhub delivery the old school way. So a phone that transports real food directly to your home is just as awesome in this universe as it would be in
like,
ours
it's like
universe.
WonkaVision,
And it
I
presumably
guess.
is using similar technology as some of Jimmy Neutron's inventions in his show, like the matter transporter and the teleportation pods. And then there are the robots. I mean, here we have ourselves an adult man who has no fewer than 5 robots on display in his home.
Those
Jimmy
look like
Neutron,
toys
of
to me,
course,
actually.
built robots all the time. Even his dog was a robot, for crying out loud. Speaking of which, Taco Guy's dog does seem weirdly intelligent, don't you think? I mean, accidentally ordering tacos for your taco-loving master once is a coincidence, but this dog orders food for his master in multiple commercials. And not only that, but this dog picks out the best deal available each time. That is evidence of reasoning ability, not to mention literacy and an understanding of mathematics. You know who else just so happened to have a dog that was able to do all that? Jimmy Neutron, who built Goddard, a robot dog that was literate and hyper intelligent. And here's the thing, theorists, there are Jimmy Neutron Easter eggs all
Hang on. So, it makes sense that the dog in the Grubhub ads could be Goddard, but Goddard is just all metal, and the dog's not made out of any of that. He's just pure flesh. Then again, he could be a robot just covered in all that fur. That's kind of a mod. Alright, back to the video.
theorists, there are Jimmy Neutron Easter eggs all over Taco Guy's room. The cactus, which is the exact same size and shape as Jimmy Neutron's cactus costume in Season 2. The red baseball cap, which Jimmy and his friends sported in Season 2 as well. The choice to make the lava lamp glow pink of all colors, which was the go-to color for pretty much any brain power or energy-emitting invention that Jimmy Neutron came up with.
Of course you have to include that Jimmy Neutron brain blast
meme. If you've
meme.
ever watched the show, you already know that Jimmy Neutron grew up in a taco-loving household like no other.
What do you want for lunch, Hugh?
Yeah, nothing for me. I want to be as hungry as possible for tomorrow's Mucho Carne Fiesta Taco Shack.
I don't want to belabor the point. I think you get it. These two commercials give us plenty of reasons to suspect that Taco Guy is actually Jimmy Neutron all grown up. Alright, so let's stop and pop our heads up for air here, because at this point we spent the better part of insert current time of video here analyzing 35 seconds of Grubhub source material.
Well, no, duh.
Grubhub went
I mean,
and
you
actively
just,
put Jimmy Neutron shirts on their
you
characters.
just theorized
what
about
else is
Jimmy
a
Neutron
theorist
before
supposed to
something.
to do with that kind of information. And when the puzzle pieces just keep fitting into place, we really have no choice but to keep going. And keep going we shall, theorists, because we've only scratched the surface. Just like you're about to give that subscribe button a scratch, so that way I can deliver to you a new food-related theory video into your subscription feed each and every week, just like Grubhub Delivery Guy. And you can dance around in joy of that new video.
Don't worry,
Guy.
Dan already is subscribed.
Sandwich Guy. Be happy. Now, obviously, we've discussed how Jimmy Neutron is clearly Taco Guy, and how Goddard may or may not be Taco Guy's dog. But what if I told you that the rest of the Jimmy Neutron cast also exists within the Grubhub universe? It would seem unbelievable. It would seem like this is the most elaborate April Fool's prank theory video I've ever done. But let me present to you the evidence and leave it for you to judge. Canonically, Jimmy was an 11-year-old boy when Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius hit the scene in 1998, and it's safe to assume that his 6th grade classmates were approximately the same age. So now, 23 years later, Jimmy and his friends would all be solidly in their 30s. Now, there are exactly 7 characters in the GCU around that age. Taco Guy, Salad Lady, Milkshake Lady, Chicken Sandwich Guy, Sidewalk Ginger, and these 2 parents. Every other main character in the Grubhub spots has at least one indicator that they're significantly younger, be it Peanut Head's Letterman jacket, an apartment on a college campus, or the fact that, you know, they're wearing toddler overalls. In 1998, these characters would have been infants, or they wouldn't have been born yet, so we're gonna set them aside for now and focus only on the 30-something millennials. Now, compare them to these millennials. You see what I'm getting at here? Theorists, the millennials in the Grubhub cinematic universe perfectly match up to the cast of Jimmy Neutron. And I mean perfectly. Check it out. Obviously, we've established how Taco Guy is Jimmy Neutron, but what about his best friend, Carl Weezer? I mean, when it comes to classic Nickelodeon characters, this guy is just as iconic as Jimmy's Dairy Queen soft serve head. You can't
and also meme fodder. Definite meme fodder.
To look at this guy from the Grubhub commercials, someone I call the Sidewalk Ginger, who is featured in a Grubhub ad when a giant bag falls down from the sky. The skin color, a perfect match, as is the curly red hair and the thick glasses. And while sure, he's a lot thinner than the childhood Carl, remember, that's when the character was 11. And for a good look of what Carl would look like as an adult, all we have to do is examine his father's attributes in the show. And what do you know, but he has himself a mustache and a slightly slimmer physique.
I wouldn't say mustache.
I mean, none other than adult Carl. One
that
thing
mustache
apparently
is
never
just
changed,
really
though, is
weird.
Carl's knack for dressing like an old man no matter what age he happens to be. Still rocking that questionable fashion there, bud. Let's move on to Salad Lady, who is clearly the grown-up version of Jimmy Neutron's sometimes rival, sometimes love interest, Cindy Vortex. While we haven't seen much of adult Cindy in the GCU yet, her cameo in the delivery dance ad is all we need to identify her. There's the iconic yellow blonde hair, the iconic green eyes, plus Cindy Vortex always had an aggressive, competitive hunger about her as a child. I think it's safe to say that aggressive hunger hasn't gone anywhere. Seriously, I cannot get enough of that face. Next,
you're right, man. I mean, that's
well established in the Nickelodeon show that Libby is a vegetarian. And sure enough, adult Libby orders a salad. Furthermore, we get the sense from the Grubhub ad that adult Libby and her brown-haired, brown-eyed, overweight partner don't exactly get along. This would suggest that Libby wound up in a relationship with the brown-haired, brown-eyed, overweight foreign exchange student that she detested ever since he beat her out of her class presidency in 6th grade, Bolby Stroganovsky. Which brings us to the final character from the Jimmy Neutron title card, Sheen Estevez, who is none other than the meme himself, Chicken Sandwich Guy, Boogie Dad. Physically, both characters are Latino with dark hair, brown eyes, and soft to non-existent chins. But their personalities match up as well. Sheen was an eccentric kid to say the least, and that same eccentricity is there in adult Sheen's fashion and dancing. Okay, so this one is admittedly a bit more of a stretch than the others because of the darker skin tone and the curly hair, which we never really get to see on Sheen, but just like his buddy Carl, it's possible Sheen has also taken on his father's body type. A top-heavy body type with a very rounded head. The body shapes, actually, when you look at it from that context, are almost a perfect match. Call it a series of complete coincidences if you like, but the fact of the matter is this: every single character from the Jimmy Neutron title card has multiple undeniable similarities to the corresponding GCU character. Pile all of that on top of the fact that Jimmy Neutron's shirt makes multiple cameos in the GCU for no apparent reason, and I feel the case is pretty airtight. Theorists, the Grubhub cinematic universe isn't merely linked to the Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius universe, it is the Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius universe. All that supernatural activity surrounding Grubhub isn't magic or witchcraft. That's what technology is capable of when wielded by Jimmy Neutron after a couple additional decades of wisdom under his belt. So this gives us a ton of backstory on the Grubhub characters that we didn't have before, and it allows us to answer a bunch of the questions that are still lingering. Beginning with the biggie, how does Milkshake Lady fit into this unofficial revival of Jimmy Neutron?
Oh yeah,
there was was no parallel for her in the show. Betty Quinlan, Jimmy's crush, comes close, but she has a mole and different colored eyes, so no good. The answer to this is kind of simple though. Milkshake Lady just wasn't on the original Nickelodeon show. She's a new character that Grubhub introduced, and for good reason, they needed someone to kill off. I believe that they had
Wait,
a
what?
gigantic Grubhub bag crush Milkshake Lady to death shortly after she gave birth to Sheen's baby. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We're suddenly taking a dark departure from what was a fun and quirky theory. Why would seriously though? Why would some? How did the bag even crush her in the first place? I mean, if that bag was like made out of like I don't know, cotton or something like that, then it shouldn't even flatten her. It would just slightly just pound her, I guess. But this is just very, very brutal. Okay, alright, alright, continuing.
Yeah, I know this sounds dark and insane, and you hate the idea that your third favorite Nickelodeon show growing up was taken in this direction. Just remember, I am not the reason this theory is happening, okay? Grubhub
Like
didn't
you
have
said
to put
with
Jimmy
every
Neutron's
single
shirt in their
video.
ads, but they did. They did this, and not me. I am just the bearer of bad news. Now then, here's what the accumulated facts suggest about
Oh boy,
Grubhub's
we're gonna
actual
have some
lore. More than
stories.
3 years ago, Milkshake Lady was in a romantic relationship with adult Jimmy Neutron and formed a strong connection with Jimmy's dog. But her relationship with Jimmy didn't work out. The once promising boy genius had grown bored with life and was squandering his talents on video games and high-tech food delivery solutions that allowed him to play more video games without interruption. Grubhub
Yep,
was Jimmy
like a
Neutron's
slacker.
contribution to the world, and it was his creation that would ultimately kill the only woman he ever loved. Milkshake Lady got to keep Goddard in the breakup, then began a romantic relationship with Sheen Estevez. In time, Milkshake Lady got pregnant and gave birth to a beautiful and expressive baby boy. Life was good, at least it was, until Milkshake Lady was killed by a Grubhub bag while taking Goddard for a walk. And I'm not talking about the bag that Carl Weezer witnessed, mind you. That bag landed on a city street and we can barely see it land on anyone. This is the bag that killed Milkshake Lady on a grassy patch where she had let Goddard off the leash to
jeez.
frolic about. While there's no actual footage of the incident that took her life, there is footage of the immediate aftermath. You'll notice everyone in town is distracted by the fireworks. No one noticed that the bag fell on top of Milkshake Lady. No one except Goddard the dog. You see him run up to the bag and start to bark, trying to alert the people around him to the plight of his master, but no one pays him any mind until it's too late. Milkshake Lady is dead. Sheen took her death particularly hard. To this day, even the mere thought of Grubhub reminds him of her. Not that he cares, as that mental red place is the only way that he can be with her once again. Sheen still holds his childhood best friend responsible for her death, as evidenced by the fact that Jimmy is conspicuously absent from the dance parties held in Sheen's mind. After all, it was Jimmy's laziness that brought the Grubhub technology to their community in the first place. As for Jimmy, the death of Milkshake Lady Milk shook him into turning his life around, just like she always wanted him to do. As a result, Jimmy started a school to educate the next generation of boy and girl geniuses. That's why there are so many young student-age characters populating the Grubhub ads, and why so many of them are wearing the Red Atom shirt, the logo of Jimmy's school. So friends, there you have it. In recent years, there have been rumors whizzing around the internet about Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius returning to TV. I humbly submit to you that not only are the rumors true, but the Jimmy Neutron revival has already happened in the form of 3D animated Grubhub commercials. And what's most shocking to me is that I actually kinda like where Grubhub's Jimmy Neutron revival's headed. Honestly, I think it's got some legs. Weird, rubbery legs with no knee joints. But hey, that's just a theory. A food theory. And bon appetit. Theorists, thanks for watching that entire episode. Go ahead, give yourself a pat on the back. Also, give that notification bell a pat while you're at it, because Food Theory's pulling out piping hot, tasty new episodes every week. I promise, we actually talk about food most of the time, but occasionally we get a bit wacky with food-related characters and shows, like we did today. If you haven't seen our episode on the Kool-Aid Man, by the way, highly recommend.
Okay. Alright. So, okay. Right, I need to think this through. Now then. Okay, so what do I think about this video? Well, I think it's a bit far-fetched of you like actually concluding that this is a sequel to Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, and that the person behind this sequel is a a person who a company who happens to deliver food. I mean, it is a bit unsettling and unsettling that someone would actually make something like this, but yeah, that's just really weird. And the fact that an innocent, harmless woman who fell in love with a genius and then a prankster or a jokester got crushed by a freaking bag, and that bag happened to be like the most softest thing on the earth. Ugh. And that dog, man, how do they keep the crowd still saying like this when the dog is still smiling? It's like he's barking. He's like the not the only one not frozen in time or something. The thing is though, if Nickelodeon, the creator of the Jimmy Neutron franchise, happens to find this video and think, wait, what? That would be um a bit a bit weird, you know? I mean, come on, you have like one company who's bent on entertainment and a sponge, while the other one is just food, just food, and that's again a bit far fetched, but hey, it could happen. So yeah, that was food theory. Grubhub lore exists and it's weirder than you thought. It's a weird one to be sure. I'm pretty sure someone who's watching this video might call up Viacom and just say, "Hey, look what they did to Jimmy Neutron." Again, again though, I'm pretty sure someone will just speak up to me and tell me why, just tell me why they even made this in the first place. But but yeah, I'm going to stop this video right here. However, if you want to see more of this, then please make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a comment down below, and like this video. Alright guys, I will see you on the next video. Goodbye!